This episode is brought to you by AFS Automated Financial Services, your partner for fast, reliable, and affordable payment processing. Whether you're taking payments at the counter, on the go, online, or through a full POS system, AFS makes it easy to get paid anywhere, anytime. They handle credit, debit, EBT, gift, and loyalty cards across every industry and touchless options available for all in-person transactions. Entrepreneurs and ISOs can even earn monthly residuals through AFS partnership opportunities. The tools are yours. The income is yours. You'll get approvals in under an hour. 24-hour equipment deployment or reprogramming. Low, simple rates, matched or beaten, or they pay you, and 24/7 live customer service. You get the technology, rates, and support your business deserves. For a free cost analysis or rate quote, call 1-877-738-5010 or visit automatedfinancialservice.com. AFS, smart technology, real service, better business. Everybody, it's time for Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway. Western Renegade Wingless sprint car driver Steve Nordrum in the studio today, and he brought his boy Cameron with today's show, by the way, brought to you by JD Construction. When you finally come to the conclusion that you just can't get your heavy construction done on your own, call JD Construction to get the job done right. JD Construction has the right equipment for the right job, big or small. Excavating, demolition, spring cleanup. Farmers, get all your ditch work or tree lines cleaned up before planting season. JD Construction also does concrete work and concrete removal. From small excavating jobs to big jobs needing a laser system or a dozer or a payloader with a grapple. And they have the trucks to haul material to or from the job site. JD Construction can do the job the right way. Contact them today by calling 701-740-4220. There's still some spring openings left or schedule work for fall too. JD Construction, getting the job done the right way. Call 701-740-4220. All right, if you have any questions or comments regarding today's show or whatever, feel free to call or text 701-213-0863, 701-213-0863. Corey Litton's already online. Good morning, GFBS crew from Craig, Miles, Kinser. What's that say? Kinser in the studio. Have fun today, guys. See you again soon. Anyway, thank you all already for texting in. Again, you got the phone number. Let's do it. It's time for our daily segment called Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Here we go. Jokes My Neighbor Tells Me. Here we go. Why do keyboard warriors make great Navy SEALs? Why do keyboard warriors make great Navy SEALs? Well, because they can sink an entire argument from the safety of a swivel chair. That's why. I don't know, Dale, what you think of that one?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, we're talking about all the fun memes this week. I'm just going to go with the good old standby. And I can't play it, or else I get the copyright strike. I'll go with the Homer Simpson moonwalking backwards into the hedges meme. That's what I'm going with this week.
There you go. That's perfect. Hey, let's do it. Forks Karting Association. Of course, the karts were back on the track at Forks Karting Speedway last night. Dale, let's have a little update. How did it go last night?
Yeah, it was, it feels good. We're now rolling with the season. We got 5 straight weeks of racing here. The season's already, only got a month left. It's crazy how fast it swung by. A couple notable winners from last night. It was good to see Calvin Latosky get his first feature win for the Rookie Gas this season. I know he's been battling for it there up in the front runners week to week, so he finally got a win. Some other return winners like Nash Blasky, Mike Witherall, Isaac Johnson got a win for the Junior 2 there with some interesting restarts there that led to him getting the win. Guest driver for the senior Yamaha again, Ryder Blasky getting his first senior Yamaha ride and getting the win with that, and seeing some new riders last night make their debuts over the last few weeks. A lot more women drivers coming to the track. Great to see that. We have actually an all-woman class, the Junior 2 Yamahas. Reese Barker, Josh Barker's daughter, joining the mix there, and also some other new drivers testing afterwards. And making her debut last night in the Junior 1 wing karts is Dustin Strand's daughter, Paisley Strand. So congrats to her for her debut tonight. So yeah, another big night. That's your recap.
All right. Thank you very much, Dale. And let's do it. Dirty Thursday track schedule brought to you by Forks Karting Association. You can watch the karts race Wednesday nights at Forks Karting Speedway at the Grand Forks Fairgrounds. Find out more by going to forkskartingassociation.com. Here we go, your local track schedule. Coming up tonight, nightly classes at Norman County Raceway in Ada. So they're going to have their nightly classes plus the IMCA mods, and the NLRA late models are there tonight. I didn't know that. Tomorrow night, it's Wayne Anderson Cup night at the world-famous legendary Bull Ring. Those are sprint cars Late models, Midwest mods, and the street stocks will all be at the Bull Ring tomorrow night. Weekly racing program at Fix It Forward Speedway in Fargo tomorrow night. That's the IMCA sprint cars, the stock cars, the mods, the sport mods, the hobby stocks, and the Inex Legends all will be at Fix It Forward Speedway. Devil's Lake, they got the Walhalla Building Center Wissota Midwest Mod Golden Hammer Classic going on. Plus, the Wissota Street Stocks, Western Renegade Non-Wing Springs, and the DLS Pure Stocks will all be there. Greenbush, they are taking a weekend off at the Greenbush Race Park. And let's see what's going on here. Buffalo River Speedway in Glendon. It's Kids Night Boxcar Bash. You got the Gen X late models, the hobby stocks, the legends, the race saver sprint, short trackers, and the sport mods. And there you go. That is your track schedule on Dirty Thursday, brought to you by Forks Karting Association. Watch the karts race Wednesday nights at Forks Karting Speedway at the Grand Forks Fairgrounds. Find out more by going to forkskartingassociation.com. Now, let me get this out of the way because I've got way too much stuff here. All right. First off, a couple of things I want to get off my chest right off the bat. And you knew it was coming. Dale, the producer, knocked it out of the park on Friday night at River City Speedway. Had the King of the Wings going on. Probably the busiest I've ever seen it down in the stage area. And I tell you what, there was no rest for the wicked. Dale, you did a great job. Knocked that out of the park, by the way. And good job.
Yeah.
I know Brina was busy, so you took over, and boy, you nailed it.
Yeah, it was cool. You know, we're chatting with the Wild Wings crew there before the races, and it's like, all right, we got A, B, and C going on. It's like, all right, D, E, and F, and G. Oh, yeah, let's do it. It was a big night. It was a great fun doing the redraw and all. Just seeing the kids and the fans getting excited for all the giveaways and giving away sauce bottles for a redraw. So different and
That's
so cool.
I like that. And the staff for Buffalo Wild Wings knocked it out of the park too. They came prepared. What was the mascot's name again?
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill. That's pretty creative.
He rocked a mean candy toss also.
Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. Brina says, thanks, Dale. Yeah, you did a good job. And Brina, I believe, will be back tomorrow night at River City Speedway. So part of Wade Anderson Cup. We had some things happen last week at River City Speedway. And this is what I'm going to say about that. Oh, by the way, Jack Dover won the King of the Wings for the second straight year. So congratulations to Jack Dover. Some stuff happened at River City Speedway last week, and I'm not going to mention a whole lot about it because it's not even worth it anymore. But I just wanted to say for all you Facebook warriors out there, you can say what you want, but that then if somebody questions you or if somebody has their own opinion, then you lose respect. These people maybe should not be on social media then. And by the way, I have never been threatened about a Facebook post. I've never, if I take a Facebook post off, it's because of me and no one else, and it will always be that way. So that dumbass out there that said I was threatened to lose my job at River City Speedway, and you know who you are. If I didn't take that post down, sorry, you are wrong. Again, another keyboard warrior that has no clue what they're talking about. But looking at some of these things that these people were saying, these are just different quotes that I saw during this whole thing. I thought this was America. Let's see here. I saw how they blamed Andy Pake's wreck and Dahlmeier's a few years ago on a bad track. Totally wrong. Clueless. You're kidding me. NOSA is a joke. Go woke, go broke. Time for a complete change of people running the track. They have enough four-wheelers and side-by-sides out there. Maybe just race them. It was NOSA, by the way, that made these calls, not River City Speedway. Glad I didn't waste $35. Reason 273 why I rarely visit River City Speedway. But all those things don't help anything. And here's the deal. The deal is this hurt NOSA. This hurt NOSA. This hurt our world-famous legendary bull ring, and that's it. And I'm done talking about it. But, you know, all these keyboard warriors, I'll be there tomorrow night. If you got something to say to me without your keyboard, if I hurt your feelings and you lose respect because I answer what you said, again, maybe you should not be on social media. And that's about it. Now I'm done with my little rant. Let's start over on the left side. Here he goes. Drives the number 37 Western Renegade Wingless Sprint. Here we go, Steve Nordrum. I was like, 10 minutes of when the hell are you going to talk to me? How are you, man?
Well, I don't know how we're going to follow all that up, but we'll give her a shot, huh?
It was some of these things that were said. I asked a couple of simple questions. I got thrown under the bus by numerous people. I didn't say anything bad. I was called, somebody said that I had called certain fans stupid. Which I never did, but anyway, it's Blazing Bill. Buffalo Bill is a completely different animal. Okay.
I was just gonna say to Corey, thank you for the update there. I knew I was getting him swapped around there throughout the night.
Good morning, Kevin Pappenfuss, Dwight. Hey, Pappy. Blazing Bill, Buffalo Bill. All right. What I want to know a little bit, Steve, before we start talking about race stuff, I want to know about you. Obviously, you've got kids, at least one, but I want to hear your family story here, or what's going on.
Married with 2 kids, a boy and a girl, 14 and 12-year-old. I'm co-owner of a heating and air conditioning company in Devil's Lake. We do a little racing on the weekends and spend a little time at the lake on occasion.
What lake? Devil's Lake?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I would imagine, because, like a friend of mine runs a radiator shop, nothing ever breaks down when it's 60 degrees. Heating and air conditioning, I bet you have been busier than a one-legged field goal kicker the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Yes, for sure. It's been crazy the last couple of weeks.
And of course, nothing breaks down. Like I said, when it's 60 degrees, it's when it's 95 to 100, and it's like everything breaks down.
Yeah, I tell a lot of customers, and I tell my guys that too. We're the busiest when it's the hottest and the coldest.
Yep.
And the heat or the air conditioning is not on until we leave.
Yep. And now, is there something that you see that's a very common thing where people could actually take care of on their own, like maintenance or anything on these air conditioning units, central air? What would one thing that you would say, and maybe I shouldn't ask you this because I don't want to take any money from you, any business, but what would you tell people?
Clean filter on your furnace inside and wash your condenser outside. That's our biggest thing when it's hot, is the condenser outside.
And that condenser, you just take a garden hose on jet and just shoot it all the way around. It looks like a radiator, kind of around there. Yep. My central air is 40 years old. And it still works. I don't know how it's even still standing on the stand. I've got it roped against me. Yeah, but anyway, it still works. Dave Adams.
It'll work till it's 100 out. That's when you're gonna,
okay, well, it's supposed to get 100 again by this weekend, so.
Don't call me.
I know, yeah. Yeah, and it'll be in the middle of the night, too. I'm looking at, I'm going to talk to this guy here. Cameron, how you doing, man?
Good.
Did you just get stuck for the ride, or did you really want to be on camera?
Some of both.
Some of both. All right, camera on Cameron. That sounds pretty good. You got a Donnie Schatz shirt on. Is he like one of your favorites?
Yeah, it's hard to go wrong with him.
Yeah, it is. It is. Have you ever met the guy? He's a good guy. Yeah. You don't have a shirt with your dad's name on it?
Not yet.
Oh. How old are you, dude?
14.
And what grade are you going to be in?
9th.
You're going to be in high school.
Yep.
Or was that already in high school in Devil's Lake? Or is it 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th?
No, high school.
Okay, good, because there's some junior highs and some high schools and stuff. What do you want to do when you grow up? When you get done with school, got any idea yet? Got any plans?
I don't know. I'd like to do something like fishing or maybe a fishing guide.
Oh, hey, that's all right. Do you like to fish now?
Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of fishing?
I don't know. Probably just fishing from shore.
Oh yeah, okay. Do you like eating fish?
Yeah.
Okay. You ever want to go catfishing? Let me know.
All right.
I got a boat. We catch really, really big catfish around here.
Hey, Cameron's already got a comment in the chat. They're saying he's the best crew chief going.
Hey, how about that? Cameron, the best crew chief going. Do you do a lot of work? Do you help your dad quite a bit with the car?
I used to, but starting to go down now.
Yeah. How come?
I don't know. Just other stuff. Friends.
Other stuff to do. Do you think you'll ever race a car?
I don't know. Probably not.
Probably not. You think you'll ever work on race cars for the rest of your life or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
doing it.
Okay. All right. Cool. And then anything you want to add, Dale, just feel free. Steve, I didn't know this about you. When I look at my questions, how did you get your start racing? And were they always wingless sprint cars? Well, obviously not, because Dale printed this up for me today. You started back in '93 wrenching sprint cars for T. Young, which is pretty cool. And Steven couldn't make it today, by the way, which I wish he would have been here. You weren't even old enough to get into the pits at River City Speedway. You had to be 14, but you still kind of soaked everything in and got go. Did you sneak in back then? Did they let you sneak in, or were they already on to you?
No, my brother was old enough to get in the pits, and I wasn't. So me and my dad would go and sit in the grandstands.
Okay. Now, it says you officially got your start behind the wheel on July 4th of 2000. Wow, 26 years ago. Opening day of Devil's Lake Speedway, racing bomber cars alongside the crew the crew from Exhaust Pros. The team quickly grew from one car to two. Steve shared driving duties with Ray Sainsbury, building both skill and camaraderie. The first years running that bomber car, how was that for you? I mean, did you do any kind of racing before that? Bikes, motorcycles, snowmobiles, or anything like that?
No, that was basically the beginning. A little bit of snowmobile stuff.
Okay.
When I was late in the high school years and stuff, but that was pretty much the first thing in the car.
Yes, I have a question. I guess I've never seen bomber cars at River Cities or Devil's Lake or anywhere. If people curious about it.
It's a pure stocks now.
Pure stocks?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, it used to be a bomber. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you still ride snowmobiles?
I didn't until last winter. How's
Okay.
that?
Oh, you got sucked back into it, huh?
Cameron ended up with a snowmobile a couple of years ago, and apparently I had to make the plunge this year.
Oh, yeah. I gave them up for Lent or whatever I had to do. What kind of snowmobile you drive, dude?
Renegade.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. What kind your dad drive?
Renegade.
Hey, let's do that again. Can't tell I'm from Thief River Falls, can you? Where everybody is somebody and Arctic Cat rules. I'm going to leave it at that. By 2001, the operation expanded to 4 bomber cars. Steve began racing his own 1957 Chevrolet. That season, he competed in bomber events at both Devil's Lake Speedway and Rugby Speedway. I got a picture of that 57 Chevy, and we will show it after a while, but where the hell did you find a car like that, and why the hell did you decide to race it?
It's actually kind of an interesting story. My dad wrenched a lot for Pete Hansen and Fred Hansen, and both in the Hall of Fame, River Cities, back in the 60s. And we found the car that Pete Hansen used to drive north of Devil's Lake, about 45 miles, and we went and got that car and then put a new cage in it and a new body on it, or a different body on it.
Yep. Okay. Where'd you find a body like that?
A guy in Devil's Lake had it.
Wow.
Yep.
Now, when you picked that up, did he give it to you for like junk price, or did you have to pay because it's a 1957 Chevrolet?
I honestly can't remember. It was 25 years ago.
Wow.
So it wasn't much, I can tell you that.
Wow. We're going to keep going on with this, but as soon as you make a difference in the world, haters come out. I really do enjoy you guys. Keep it up. Thank you. Is it Ninny?
Yep, Ninny.
Okay. I don't know. Do I know her?
That's a friend of my brother's. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, because she tuned in yesterday, too, for quite a while. Back in 2002, Steve, you made the jump to Wasota Super Stocks. It's kind of a weird story. That's how I met my wife. I was building a super stock at that time. By 2007, he wrapped up his final full-time season in super stocks. You raced tracks, Devil's Lake Speedway, River City, Cheyenne Speedway, Dakota Speedway. What did you think of your time in a super stock? Because a lot of people, they think, it's a late model. But it's not. But they're dang cool. I remember when they raced them here. I loved them. What were your thoughts in the super stock? And how much of a difference was that from, the bomber?
Obviously, quite a bit more horsepower and handling wise was, steering quickener, stuff like that. I actually really enjoyed it. The hard part was I knew I was getting outspent a lot, and just I couldn't afford to do it to run up front. That was
Sure.
There's only you only do it so long as just having fun and spending the kind of money that I had to be where we were at.
Yep. How many years did you race that super stock then?
From 02 to 07.
Okay.
And then maybe a couple times in 08.
Okay. And then you went back to pure stocks. Is that right? Because you won the national show at Devil's Lake that year.
It was a one-off. Had a guy that had a car without an engine, and I had an engine without a car.
Oh, perfect match.
So, yeah, we put them together, and he let me drive it, and yeah, we were able to win it.
I want to say I was catching up with Heather earlier in the season here, talking about some of the years past the pure stocks. It sounded like the car counts back then were just through the roof. I can only imagine that must have been a loaded field when you won the nationals.
Yeah, it was a full field back then. It was I don't remember if they ran a B main or not, but it was a full field of cars for sure.
Wow. Kevin Pappenfuss says, I think I have a picture of that 57 Chevy when it was raced in the 60s. And Kevin, we're going to be showing a picture of that here probably in the second half of the show. Now, you took some time away from racing. And I'm sure glad you printed this up for me.
Doing our homework.
You took some time away from racing. And I'm guessing it was probably to start having kids, or and how much time did you take off?
I didn't do anything from middle of 2008, somewhere in there, till I think it was like 2016. Kind of got the itch a little bit and wanted to try a Midwest mod. It was kind of the same deal with the budget and not being able to do what I wanted with what I could afford to do.
Yep.
And then once I found out about the Renegades, the stuff was for sale.
Now, you said you got an itch to get back into it. 8-year itch is a lot of scratching. Did you think about it every day for those 8 years? Because it's hard to step away from it, especially when you're still fairly young. Did you think about it all the time, or were you okay the first year and then it slowly started creeping back, or how did that all work?
Well, I'm sure you can ask anybody in that same situation. It never really goes away.
Right.
It's there. I guess like it just depends on how hard you scratch it at the end of the day. I guess.
2020, then you got the Wingless sprint car. Well, you raced the B mod for a couple of years.
Yep.
Mostly Devil's Lake. A couple of times you were here. One thing, excuse me, I will say, Devil's Lake, the B mod racing there is incredible. I think. I don't think I've ever called a bad race there with the Midwest mods. It's so much fun. Now, the Wingless sprint cars came out, and I was totally intrigued by these things because we never saw them race around here. Yeah, you'd see them on TV racing in Indiana or wherever, whatever. But when that first came out, how did you react? And did you just automatically go, I got to find one of these? Because now we're talking a little bit more affordability, especially when they first came out. Might not be that way anymore, but it's still a pretty affordable class because, well, for one thing, you're not buying 5 chassis a year brand new. You can give guys are winning races with old stuff, older chassis. But how did that all go? And can you make these calls without asking the boss? I mean, the missus. And how did she feel about that?
She's been very supportive. Okay. Very, very supportive.
It's huge right there. Well, she knew what she was getting herself into before she met you, or when she met you.
Yeah,
okay.
To a point.
Yeah, and then she's maybe by year 7, she's like, Christ, you need to get a car because I'm getting sick and tired.
Well, I think it took a little coaxing to get the B mod, but
okay,
the sprint car wasn't as bad of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that I could do the sprint car and be competitive at the same dollar figure I had into my B mod, which was not competitive.
Yeah. Okay. You have done well in the Wingless sprint car. You got the Western Renegade non-wing sprint car series rookie of the year in 2021, the Ironman award. And then in 2025, you got the Passmaster award. Now you run this Wingless. You've been all over the place. Devil's Lake, River City, McLean County Speedway, Jamestown, Nodak, Southwest Speedway. Do you have a favorite of those tracks that you really, really run good at and you like going to?
Well, I don't want to put any of the tracks down. My personal favorite is River City's for action, and it always has been.
Is it a little different running the higher banks on this track compared to other tracks you run, or what is the difference?
It is the speed, the grip most nights is I don't know. It's always been my favorite.
You know, there's such a big difference too between the wings and the wingless. Have you ever driven a winged sprint car, and how much different is it with those wings keeping you glued to the track compared to a wingless? Because I know it's a completely different animal.
Yeah, for us, we're a little underpowered when we put a wing on. We have a few times.
Yeah, I was just going to follow up with that. A couple times a year at Devil's Lake, they do the exhibitions where you attach the wings.
Yep. I actually talked to T Young the night of the first night I'd ever had a wing on. And I said, what am I going to expect? And he said, hold it to the floor because the harder you drive it, the better it's going to be.
Yeah.
And he wasn't kidding.
Right.
And it's the amount of power we have, you pretty much hold it wide open and steer it through the corner. That's about all you do.
Have you ever had any close calls or any bad wrecks in that thing? I know you wrecked a car last year, I think you said.
Yep. Yeah. I had a little wreck last year at the non-wing nationals and wrecked the chassis, bent it up pretty good. Nothing real major.
Okay.
Knock on wood, haven't been upside down yet in one. So.
Yeah. Was the wife there when you crashed last year?
Yep.
And does that bother her at all?
I think it bothered Cameron more than anybody,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Okay, I haven't seen the
Let's try,
footage.
was that one? Did a Reddit come out on that one? I was trying to recall.
Yeah, there was a car that spun in front of Parker Valandry, and he had nowhere to go, and he turned sideways, and I had nowhere to go, and it was from wide open to zero right now. So.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say those non-wing national weekends the last couple of years at Devil's Lake. Those have always been such fun weekends. Just loading it up, additional mains, extra mains, B mains, and then just like a bonus main too. I can only imagine just planning for that weekend ahead. It's just got to be probably just like the biggest weekend of the year for you guys.
It definitely is. We look forward to it. It's kind of our Super Bowl. for
Sure,
our series,
absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
It's a great weekend. They get so many cars from Minnesota and long ways away.
Yeah.
Everybody has a great time. Great group of guys.
Well, what were your thoughts on the King of the Wings here Friday night? Because an all sprint car show, I mean, you can't beat that.
Well, after your monologue, I got to tread a little lightly on everything, I guess. But I thought for us, anyways, I thought the track had a lot of grip. It was good. Overall, the program was good. I didn't probably finish where I wanted, but it's the way it goes.
Okay.
Well, I felt bad. I think a couple of the other, I want to say like 2 of the last like 4 all sprint car nights just Mother Nature had the best of it.
Yeah,
So I was just glad they got one in.
Yeah,
for
we
you
were
guys.
fighting 95 to damn near 100-degree weather. Now, here's some of the stats that I got from Friday night when that 410 sprint car feature started. And by the time it started and by the time it ended, the temperature had dropped 10 degrees and the humidity had jumped 10%. Right there during a race, that's incredible. I mean, that's a huge change. And every one of these guys feels it.
Yeah. We actually were watching Husit's last Sunday night on TV, and they talked all night that the humidity was high enough where they figured the moisture would stay all night.
Yep.
And the way it sounded, it all went away in one main event, one feature.
Yeah.
It went to slick.
Because, I mean, when I got up Saturday morning, I was going to do some yard work, and my yard was soaked from the humidity. I mean, it was too wet to do anything. Lane Schweer, the whole upside down thing isn't that bad. That's a good one. I'm going to give you a drum on that one.
I like the choice of emojis for that as well.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good to see him.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Where he's at. So.
Absolutely. It sure is. Can you remember your first sprint car win, McLean County Speedway, and how fun was that?
It was great.
Are you a guy that celebrates a win?
To a point.
Yep.
I mean, we were going to Dickinson, I think, the next night, so we didn't have a lot to celebrate on. We had a long drive after that, but yeah, it was fun. I think we got out. I don't know if we started on the front row. Got out pretty early, and we were able to lead, I think, just about every lap. So it was good.
So are you kind of a softie? Because I know watching your kids grow up and having them with you at the track and all of that, I know what that means. And that means a lot to you, doesn't it?
It does. I feel a lot of pride in how my kids have been and how they act and everything at the track. They do a good job. They probably don't know any better. They've been doing it for so long.
Right, right. This wraps up with Steve's racing career has been built on passion, persistence, and a deep love for the sport. Kind of nails it, doesn't it?
I think so. We try to help as much as we can. With the series and everything. We're actually for the nationals last year we did it, and we're gonna do it this year again. We're doing T-shirts, and $5 from every T-shirt sold goes back to the non-wing nationals purse and whatnot. So
okay. So do you like your track dry, sticky, or slick? These are questions people are asking.
Question from Eric Rice.
I don't know anybody that races with me in the series likes or knows for sure that I like to run on the bottom if I can.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit of grip.
Yep, sure.
Slick kind of levels the playing field a little.
Yep.
So it is what it is. It was really 180 when we went up and watched a little bit of the. I think it was the dash of the 410s Friday night.
Okay.
Here.
Yep.
And I looked over and I told Cameron, we're not going to be able to do what we had in the car. We're just the way the track conditions are. We got to take it back out, So
a couple of texts. I was screaming in third or fourth the last few laps, cheering him on in Underwood. Sandy says anytime he wins, Cam gets a haircut. Can you tell he hasn't won for a while? How long's that hair getting, dude?
Long, according to them.
Cam, I got a follow-up question for you. Do you got from the crew chief or just crew perspective there, a certain night in particular that stands out for you, just where you had to help out a little bit more, or just just to get the car good to go to help out for like a future or anything like that?
I feel like nationals a few years ago, we didn't have a good heat race or qualifying. We started deep in the B or whatever it was, and then I put a setup in, and that got us up to, was it third? From like
Yeah,
eighth?
I think we had to be in the top 4 to qualify, and he just walked up to me and he said, "You're gonna have to hang on to it for a while, but it's gonna be fast." Well, he wasn't kidding.
No kidding.
But it was fast.
Wow.
I think we went like 12th to 4th.
Oh man.
Wow.
You're pretty good behind a microphone. You ever think about maybe doing the broadcasting part of it or the announcing?
No, not really.
Not really. You seem very, very comfortable sitting behind a mic. Not everybody, kids here. How'd you? 13, 14?
14.
Not too many 14-year-olds are as comfortable as you seem to be right there. Dale, I think we should take a break. Boy, we're already a half hour into the show. What we're going to do is we're going to take some pictures and show them. They've got a picture of the old 57 in there and more. I can't wait. Cameron, Steve Nordrum in the studio. Dirty Thursday brought to you by River City Speedway. And we'll be right back after this. Hold on. Life doesn't ever seem to slow down. Everything needs to be done right now. Well, when it comes time for an oil change, stop into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. You know, most changes are done in about 15 minutes. Valvoline Instant Oil Change does more, too. Tranny and coolant flushes, tire rotations, and batteries. And included in your oil change, they're going to top off your fluids. Check your tires, battery, lights, wipers, and cabin air filter, too. And you get discounts for fleets and the military. You know, they can text and email invoices and coupons and mention Grand Forks Best Source and get $10 off your oil change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They're open Monday through Saturday with no appointment needed. Pickup and delivery is also available if you live in Grand Forks. And Valvoline Instant Oil Change is now hiring. If you'd like to join their team as an assistant manager, customer service rep, or lube tech, stop in to find out more. Valvoline Instant Oil Change for a complete oil change and more. They're at 3325 South 38th Street, or call them 701-780-8462. And make sure you tell them Grand Forks Best Source sent you. The Red Clay Strays Grateful Tour is coming to the Alaris Center on August 18th. Get your tickets now at the Alaris box office or online at Ticketmaster.com. So looking forward to going to see the Red Clay Strays at the Alaris. I can't wait. Probably my new favorite band right now. Cam should announce, according to Devil's Lake Speedway, went to Valvoline. They don't give discounts anymore. Valvoline's under new ownership, so maybe we'll have to change the ad on that. When we went to Greenbush, we had a 14-year-old announcer.
Yeah, I know. Cam stepped out for a minute here, but yeah, Cam, if you hear me, if you ever want to come up, call a race with me, man. Have some fun. Yeah.
All right.
Open invite.
Steve, what's the hardest part of piloting a wingless sprint car?
I don't know. The hot nights, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. These weekends, like this past weekend, tougher on a guy?
On a guy my size, for sure.
Sure,
Yep.
sure.
Yeah, and my age.
Yeah. Well, how old are you?
45.
You are that old. You don't look that old. Oh, wow.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool. Dale, let's take a look at some pictures here. And guys, you can see them right on the screen. So I just want you to take a look at the screen here, and we'll see what these pictures are, and we'll just talk about them.
This would have been late 2000. We actually had one car. That's where I worked at the time. And that's actually the second car we built in the middle of the summer to add to our fleet.
What kind of car is that?
It was a Grand Prix, late 70s
So
Grand
I'm
Prix.
looking at that front end, and it's like, gosh, I know
Yeah.
what that is.
Yeah.
You look like you're about Cam's age in that
I would have
picture.
been, I would have been like 19. 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
There
And
we
then-
go.
Then that would have been the next year. That was we all had our own cars, so we had 4 of them running out of that shop, and that was my first full-time car.
Now the 57, just because of the car age.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great catch. That's a cool looking car. I remember when Brian Wilde had an old one, and so did I'm just losing my mind. Flayton, Ryan Flayton had another old car when he was running street stocks. Nick Curtis, good morning, all. All right, there you go. Now we're getting into the supers there.
Yeah, that would have been the first or second year in a super stock. That car come from up. Actually, Kevin Forrest, I think, is who had it. We got it from.
Okay.
I think he raced quite a bit in Grand Forks.
Yep. A nice looking car too, and that car looks sharp.
And that was actually a former Bob Eckert car.
Okay. Now changing the numbers, why the 29N?
Well, I had a couple things. NASCAR was huge back then, and I was a Kevin Harvick fan for one.
Okay, sure.
And then my birthday is February 9th.
Oh, okay. Okay. That makes sense. I'm a February guy too. That the first wingless you got?
Yep, that was my first Eagle chassis. Got it from Clinton Hudkins out in Velva, North Dakota.
Oh, sure.
Yep. And same car. That was my first year in it.
That's a nice looking car.
I liked it. It was a good car.
Who do you go to for wraps nowadays?
So that car's actually painted. I painted that one.
Wow.
Yep, I painted that car. And then my wife's cousin owns Extreme Signs and Graphics in Devil's Lake.
Oh, nice.
So she does all the decals and everything for us. So
Joshua Johnson. I always kind of liked that old Camaro body super stock. I did too. Nice.
that would have been the first win out in Underwood.
Good times.
It was.
Man, that's
It was.
awesome.
Yep. And that would have been 2024 in Devil's Lake. Actually, that was the first race that Cameron did not make it to. He was fishing with some friends that weekend.
And then Dad gets the win.
Well, right. We didn't know how it was going to all work out, but it sounded like he was watching My Race Pass live timing.
Oh,
like a
good.
hawk.
So you did get to watch it.
He knew it as long, just as well as we did what was going on. So,
Well, that's good. That is awesome. You always have nice looking cars too.
well, thank you. Thank you. We try, I guess.
Only thing I don't like about wingless sprint cars is if the transponder goes out, it's really hard to tell who's who.
Yeah.
Used to having a big old number on a wing, and now you got it just on the little note on the tail cone back there. But all right.
That would have been, I'm not sure the year. I ran that same wrap for a couple years. Me and Corey Palm.
Okay, what track is that?
That would have been in Underwood.
Okay. Because they got the buried tires.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, and I'll probably get to it in a later picture, a little story on them tires.
Okay.
Me and Miles Tomlinson a couple years ago, I would
All
say.
right. That's awesome pictures.
Yeah, that is a priceless side by side. Yeah, just racing with the Thompson. I know Colin Mike running at Devil's Lake a lot too. Just like any certain race night in particular that stands out with them, because there's I want to say a decent amount of times is calling you guys at Devil's Lake. You guys get in the mix there with the Tomlinson crew there.
Yeah, we had a night, and it was late in the year, in September, towards the end of September, a couple years ago, and the track got really hooked up. And there's probably a picture of that night too.
Devil's Lake says, try being the scorer. I'm talking about the transponders there.
Yeah. Me and Nick Sherrick.
Who, by the way, we booked on a show coming up here in a couple of weeks, which should be kind of fun. Joshua Johnson says, love the neon yellow.
And then that would have been me and my brother Brian in Grand Forks 2 years ago in Grand Forks.
Okay, wow.
How long has Brian been running with you guys?
This is third season.
Third season. Okay.
Is he younger, older?
He's older.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you get a little into any fun little brotherly, friendly rivalries, behind the scenes at all?
Not
Who's
really.
better?
I'm not gonna go there. How's that? No, we get along pretty darn good overall. We have our moments, and more of it's gets to be under the gun, getting ready. I'm getting in my car.
So it's nice to have a brother to help a little bit.
Well, I usually got to tell him, you should probably be getting in your car.
Oh,
'cause,
yeah. Yeah.
we got to go. So, and then, that would have been, looks like me and Brian, and then Doug McCambridge.
Oh, wow. That's
Miles
Devil's Lake.
Tomlinson,
Yep.
Devil's Lake. Yep.
Okay.
That would have been 2 years ago.
Some great pictures, man. I don't know who got us the pics, but nice job.
I think, my wife took probably a few of them, and then Miles' wife does a lot of our photography, infield photography during the heat races. So,
Okay.
Sam.
Yeah, thank you for the pics.
Says Brian took way more convincing than Steve. Travis says Steve and his family are great people. Always fun to see them at the track. Good luck the rest of the season. Travis Strandell. Nice. Thanks, Trav.
This one would have been me and Brenton Weiss a couple years ago, maybe.
Okay.
I'm assuming Devil's Lake. And then that would have been at our banquet last fall. Ended up with the Past Master Award. Great time.
Nice.
We actually hosted the banquet at our shop in
Oh,
Devil's Lake
okay.
last fall. So
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to the Western Renegade. I know their social media page is just loaded with stats, and I reference them a lot from whenever you guys race there, trying to sprinkle them in to the announcements there. So what was it like when you found out about getting the Past Master Award?
it was neat. I wasn't sure we were up for it, but I knew I was up for an award. I just didn't know what, I guess, until that night. So it was pretty cool.
Nice.
Pretty cool. Miles is definitely the stat master. He can probably tell you what time he went to the bathroom in 2018.
Oh, he's one of those guys. Yeah.
That'd be me and my brother again last year. And there's Cam. I think was that the mechanics race?
That would have been. That was last year when we wrecked that chassis because the missing bumper.
Yep. Yeah.
So you raced that car.
So the chassis was bent. It was about 3 inches higher on the right side than the left side after the wreck.
Oh, sure.
We put it back together enough to start and park in order to get a check.
Yep.
And then he actually, I think, raced it in the mechanics race. And
Maybe he was a little better with the right side being higher up or not.
I told everybody I'm going to run a lap and pull in, and I ended up running the whole feature, and I pulled in, and my wife says, I knew darn well you weren't going to run one lap.
Cam, what'd you think about running that car?
It was pretty fun. I've done it before.
Yeah, is it scary at all?
No, not really.
Not a pucker factor at all?
No.
Okay, well, good. Man.
Will we one day maybe see you sneak into a random heat?
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, Joshua says, can Steve be a pass master and Cam become a bass master? The fishing guy. Bent fast. There we go. Another wad of Western Renegade wingless sprints right there.
Yeah, I think that would have been, is that Underwood?
Yep.
Yeah.
Leave it to the kid. He knows.
This was our banquet last November at our shop in town there.
Nice.
Great group of guys. I mean, not singling out the ones in the picture, our whole group as it.
Yeah, that's what I hear that all the time. And that makes things much better when you're on the road, too. When you got guys that got your back and can help out if needed. Spare parts, spare, time, another hand on board.
Yep, absolutely. And I think this would have been Devil's Lake, maybe?
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to run down Jeremy, and he's a tough one to run down.
Oh, I know, absolutely.
This is we joke. This is our family picture.
Okay.
Because we don't do much for family pictures.
Yeah, we don't either.
We just so happen to have someone that could grab the phone, and Clinton Boyles was standing there. This is at the Chili Bowl last year, and we said, well, let's get together and do a group photo or family photo. So that's our family photo as a joke.
Nice. Devil's Lake Speedway says, come on, Cam, let's get you started in pure stocks. Maybe we will throw a car together for Berkeley yet. Guys and Emma. There you go.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yes.
Emma with you in the Renegades the last couple of years.
Yeah, I'll tell you one that has picked up on it fast. She is going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Really?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yep. I watch her drive by me more than once, and she's doing awesome.
Wow, cool. Gotta love to hear that.
That's just our hero card we had done this year. It's a little new paint scheme this year.
I like it.
Finally.
I like it. We've got the hero cards here too, by the way, and on the wall, and the stickers. Nice to add to the collection.
And that would have been Grand Forks.
Yep.
I don't know if it was the first. It must have been the first time we were here this year.
That must be right in one.
That would be. I'm not sure.
Either one or four.
Yeah, into
I think
one.
that's one. Yeah.
Into one. Yep. This was in Underwood about a month ago.
And that's in the pits.
Yeah, getting back to the tires buried in the track. Nothing against them. Just it was unfortunate circumstance lining up for the feature on Friday night out there. And long story short, I ended up on top of a couple of those tires getting around.
Oh.
And it ripped one of my oil lines loose.
Oh,
out
boy.
there.
Yeah, because those don't give.
No. I needed about 21 laps worth of oil in it, and I had 20 laps worth of oil in it.
Oh no!
So
Bye motor.
Yeah, it kicked a couple rods.
So
out.
would you rather have those smaller tires buried halfway in the ground, or would you rather have the big Ute tires laying flat that you can maybe bounce a little bit off? I don't know.
You don't bounce off of a
No,
Ute
I
tire
know
in a
you
sprint
don't.
car. You
Yeah,
don't.
okay.
I prefer nothing, obviously, but
Sure.
You can run. I've done it numerous times in underwater. You can run your left front on those tires through the corner. At
Oh,
speed.
wow.
It doesn't.
Oh yeah,
affect
there's not
much.
a lot of weight on that left
Yeah,
front at that
yep.
time. Okay.
Yep.
So who's all helping you put that motor in there?
So we had quite a few guys. My brother, I don't know if he's probably on the other side of me or whatever, but Dan Edwards in front of the car there. I think that's Brenton Weiss's son next to me, and then Cameron at the back. We had numerous other guys: Corey Palm, Brenton Weiss, Doug McCambridge, Sean Wedge. I mean, I don't want to single anybody out.
Sure.
But it was kind of, we were planning on going home. This was Friday night. We were planning on going home, and then Walker Enerson talked to me into, he came up with Jeremy Lizakowski to pit for him, and he says, well, Colton's coming tomorrow to race. Have him pick up your engine for you and bring it up.
Oh sure.
So so we had Colton bring it up. He got it there.
Great kid too.
Yeah, heck of a driver.
Yeah, he is. He's having a good year.
Yeah. So he brought our engine and got to the track about just before 3:00 Saturday afternoon, and we had it up and running before 4:00 and made the heat race.
Man, that is something. And they just happen to be a skid steer laying around with forks on it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't recommend for our class. I mean, obviously, we don't do engine changes at the racetrack. It's probably the first one ever.
Wow.
But it worked out all right. Not the greatest thing to have to do at the track with our circumstances usually.
Sure.
But it worked out. So
Man.
and that was the new car. I
Christmas card picture right there.
That's our second family picture, I would say.
We're the same way at our house. We take a bunch of pictures, but we never take any of ourselves.
Yeah. We don't get a lot of family pictures, so this one worked out good.
Nice.
And then that's the group at the Chili Bowl. Miles was racing there again this year, so this year we rented an Airbnb that held, and it was 10 of us that went down.
Oh wow.
So the wives and stuff aren't in the picture, but obviously Mike Tomlinson on the left, Corey, Miles, Cameron, me, and Ken Roan.
I've
Great time at
always had the Chili Bowl on my bucket list. Maybe one of these years. I know Dobmeyer and I talk about maybe flying down there for a day, and that'd be fun.
It's one of them things that you can't explain until you're there.
Exactly.
It is. We went, I think, 3 or 4 of the nights.
Okay.
The fumes get a little heavy.
You get that
Chili Bowl flu.
Chili Bowl flu, yeah, and it is a real thing.
It is. I actually, me being in the furnace industry, I actually brought a carbon monoxide detector.
Oh,
thing
yeah.
to monitor with. I'm not going to tell you how high.
Oh,
it was.
I bet. Probably as soon as you
I
walked in,
know
there
what
probably wasn't even any racing going on yet.
I know what we should have been at for levels, and I know what the levels were, and we probably shouldn't have been in the building for a while.
Oh
there,
boy.
But
What is
it is. What it
Lisa says Paul is a 30-plus year mechanic and said he is so impressed with Cam, how he works on the cars, dives in. Impressive for a kid. That's got to be pretty cool to hear that stuff.
Yeah,
So maybe you want to be a crew chief when you get older.
I already am. But
Oh, that's okay. Well, maybe you want to go to like World of Outlaws and be a crew chief.
I don't know if we'll make it there.
You never know, man. Think
we
big.
were talking in the pit area. We were at the Outlaw show at the end of May, and we were talking about
Mm-hmm.
it. We were walking by, and this is nothing against Connor Morrell.
Yep.
But he's struggling.
Yep.
And we were walking by Connor Morrell's car, and I told Cameron, I said, "You want me to go talk to him? You'd probably leave tonight with him on the road, because he could use the help." And even in my situation, I don't do anything on my car setup wise anymore. I have him.
No kidding.
He goes up and reads the track, looks at the track, and
And I'm going to tell you this right now, Cam. There are local people that have made it to NASCAR, Indy cars, and World of Outlaws from right in this area. So always got to think big. And it sounds like you got a really, really good head start. So that's good to see. Is that it for the picks?
Yeah, that's all. That's all for the picks. I couldn't get a couple to transfer. I know you were referencing a little earlier. You said you may have an Underwood story relating to the tires.
that was the one with losing the engine.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh
Yeah.
man, I was gonna say that was gonna be one of my questions for that. May have been the answer, or maybe if you have another night, I was gonna say where you came out of the night going, how did we get through this? How did we survive? If you ever, or any other nights in particular?
Not really. I mean, most nights we end up pretty good for the most part. We've had a couple of mishaps, but overall, the group we race with is clean and competitive at the same time. I know Corey Palm's wife, we were in Jamestown a couple years ago, and me and Corey were racing next to each other, and this was before we had to have the long Nerf bars. We were still able to run the short Nerf bars in our class. And I don't know that you could put a piece of paper between me and Corey through 3 and 4 coming to the checkered. And that's kind of the standing joke with me and Corey is, how it was in Jamestown. But I don't think the wives were too keen on it. So,
Would you call your biggest night in a race car your first sprint car win, or was it a different night?
if I in one thing, it was the first night that I started Cameron to go make some laps.
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, that's a little different feeling.
That's a dad. That's
Yeah,
a dad
that is.
answer there.
Yep, it
And that's a great answer,
Yeah.
by the way. Worst night last year, maybe, or not?
More, yeah. Last year was, well, and it wouldn't have been as bad, other than it being the Nationals weekend and our biggest race of the year. Nobody's fault. It just happens, But yeah, it was kind of a bummer. That's our goal, is to make the A main on Saturday, or the second night, and it just didn't work out.
Okay, I was looking at MRP, and this year, 6 features, no wins, 2 top 5s, 5 top 10s. Cam, a man, what's it going to take for your dad to get into victory lane again this year?
Drive it harder.
Just laying it on.
I got to like that one. Just drive it harder. Let's see. I agree, Lisa. When I wrecked my front end and wanted to quit for the night, Cam was the first to jump in and start putting new front end in. So you don't even have to be asked what to do. You can look at a car and just go to work on it. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Wow, that is something.
I think he thrives more when it comes to thrash mode. Like,
Oh, really?
If we do an engine
Not
change,
take
or
your time doing maintenance. It's
what Devil's Lake a couple years ago. It was in September, and Miles Tomlinson broke the rear end on his, just disintegrated it. And that was in the heat race. And we walked down there, and I told Cameron, I said, well, let's go grab the rear end out of my trailer, spare, because he didn't have a spare with. And we started thrash, and we had him changed out, rear end and everything changed out and up for the feature, and then watched him drive from the back and pass me for like 4th place with a couple laps to go.
Wow.
So,
wow. You ever maybe think you're helping too much for other people?
Not for this series, no.
Okay. All right. Well, you're learning all the right things to say and do. You don't get on Facebook, do you?
Not
Okay,
really.
good.
just Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, there you go. Oh, boy.
Yes.
Now, that could bite you in the butt, too, coming up. Well, obviously, we know Cam helps you. Who else helps with your program?
Family is basically what, as far as the week-to-week stuff, is mostly family. These cars are fairly I wouldn't say maintenance free. I haven't unloaded mine from last Friday night yet.
Oh, wow.
So I'll wash it tonight, check it over, and we'll be ready for Saturday.
Now, these motors are pretty good in these cars, aren't they? What do you run in that thing?
I run the 5.3 LS.
Okay,
Out of
and-
a Chevy pickup.
And how long have you had that motor?
This one's got 2 nights on it.
Okay,
Because
okay.
that was the Underwood thing.
Yep. Now, if you wouldn't have blew an oil line, and the unfortunate things do happen, it's a racing thing, but these motors are built to last for quite a while, aren't they?
Yeah, we've had a couple guys that have put them together, and it seems like, and I don't know for what reason, because we've had a lot of conversations, they'll either run 60 nights or they'll run 4 nights.
Oh, sure,
It's
sure.
just- the four night doesn't happen very often, but I've had one that lasted 3 nights. I feel like we did everything right with it. It just, I don't know.
It's one of them things.
Yeah.
That's impressive for a 14-year-old. Kevin says, Devil's Lake, Cameron works well under pressure. He's a great kid. You're getting a lot of praise there, buddy, but that's a good thing. People are already catching what you're all about, and just don't stop doing what you're doing. All right? You're starting to sound like you're getting pretty respected for a 14-year-old kid, that is for sure. How about your sponsors now? Steve, name off who helps you with the sponsorship and making your team work.
Sure. Howler Electric's been with me for a few years now, and they've been awesome. They, no questions asked, just make it happen. They've been really good. And Travis with TJB Construction in Devil's Lake. Extreme Signs and Graphics does our car every year for us. I just kind of tell her what I want, and she makes it happen. Corey Palm with Pro Egg Solutions gives us a little hand.
Sure.
And Ag Tech out of Devil's Lake. They do a lot of satellite stuff with sprayers and stuff. They've been helping us. And then a shameless plug for the company I co-own, I guess, Total Heating and Air in Devil's Lake.
It's a sponsor. It's on your car.
Yeah.
What is your schedule for the rest of this racing year?
Honestly, for us, fuel prices have dictated some of our
I bet.
some of our plans to a point. We try to make it west as far as we can. Our series this year has actually split, and rather than running 30 shows across the state, there's actually a 36 race schedule.
Oh, wow.
Split 18 and 18 on the halves of the state, and it's nothing one against the other. It's just to help.
Just an open night of racing.
It's a help the guys not have to travel so far and pick and choose what you want to do, and they don't typically overlap.
Yeah,
much,
if you don't want to travel out there, you take a week off.
Right.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I don't know. Well, if I can get another 10 nights, I'd be real happy. I don't know. We'll just kind of see how the cards play out. So.
Now, will Steve Nordrum be happy ending his career in a wingless sprint car?
Absolutely.
Okay. One more question for you. You've been doing this for a long time. How do you want people to remember Steve Nordrum as a race car driver?
Just someone honest and willing to help, I guess. I'm sure there's a lot of guys that'll say the same thing. If they need help, come on over. If they need parts, come on over. I wouldn't want to be in the situation to be at the track without the part and somebody has it and not let me use it.
Right.
So.
Sure. Well, the way Cam seems to be growing up here, you're doing a great job as a dad. That's for sure. He's a good kid. Terry Blackland says, nothing better than having your family help with a race car. Aaron was my crew chief from the age of 9 and did a lot of setup for me till he got his own car at the age of 14. Cam, you still have lots of time to be a driver. We need those for the future. So that's something to think about, especially a driver that's got the mechanical ability and the mechanical knowledge that you were already gaining at 14 years old. 1 year wait, it's just something to think about. It's always nice to see the new blood come up, and you got a heck of a guy here, a role model to help you keep going. So maybe we'll get to see you in a car. If not, maybe I'll get you up and announce a race with me too. But look up Dale one time, go call a race.
Yeah.
See how good you are, man.
I think when you stepped out, I said a little bit. Devil's Lake Speedway had a comment saying you should come take a stab at it. Like I said, if you want, come up, just call a heat race, or just want to call a race together, lap for lap. Man, doors open.
Anything that I missed out on? Anything you want to ask?
Oh, I guess I noticed the shirt Gunderson Racing Incorporated. Are you involved with their racing team with the go-kart crew there?
No, this is Greg Gunderson.
Greg Gunderson. Oh, whoops, sorry.
Yeah, no big deal. No, we get a lot of parts from him down in Sioux Falls. Greg's an awesome guy, really good. New and used parts, and I feel like we get a pretty fair shake from him every time. So. Just like to represent him a little bit.
So Brenton says, thanks to Steve, we can finish our season. Great family. What happened there?
He had a bad one in Underwood.
Okay.
And I think second night on his car, and he needed some parts. So I think we got him a tail tank and a torque ball and stuff just to get him up and running. Use it till you can get one. So
now, is your shop at home, or is that at your workshop, or when you're working on the car?
At home.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually used to live in it. It was a shop house, and then we actually put a house out there. So.
Oh, okay. Got those houses. I like those.
Yeah.
I wish I had something like that. Do you spend a lot of time in the garage? And you said you haven't even pulled the car out of the trailer yet. Pretty maintenance free, these wingless sprint cars, and that helps when you've got a wife and kid. Because let's face it, there are some classes where you spend more time in the shop than you do at the supper table, for sure.
Yeah, it's probably the least maintenance I've ever had to do on any car I've ever raced. I mean,
wow.
And maybe there's a lot of our guys probably do a lot more than I do. I'm maybe bare bones, and then I tell them how little I do, and they're like, no way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And a lot of these guys have got 5 guys at the shop with nothing to do but work on race cars, too. It's not that way for everybody.
No.
And not everybody's married. Not everybody has kids. There's more to life than just working on the race car all the time. And I can't believe I'm even saying that, but it is true.
Never.
I mean, now I've got 2 grandkids, and so it's true. This is the first time I've ever got to sit and talk with you and you. I've been told this for a couple of years now. We need to get you on the show. And this has been awesome.
I was on the show 5 years ago.
See, I don't even remember that.
Yeah, me and Corey Palmer.
Oh wow, that's how that was when you guys were first coming out, wasn't it, with the Wingless, or was it the year before?
Yeah, it's been the second year I think we were running.
Yeah, we've done so many of these dang shows that oof.
I've been pouring through the archives. I remember uploading that. I want to say, if you go to our YouTube page, I almost got all the archives up. All 6 years. Only got like about half year to go. It's been crazy seeing all the amount of guests come throughout the years.
Oh, it is. Miles says 3 hours a week for maintenance at our shop too, buddy. Basically wash them and put them away. Cheaper than a street stock and almost as fast as a late model. You kind of nailed it all right there. And another nice thing about running these Western Renegade Wingless Sprints, you don't have to have this massive hauler. No. You can fit them in a pretty decent small trailer if you have to, and not the extra parts. I mean, you can carry as many extra parts as you want, but money-wise, is this a lot cheaper than running like a street stock?
I'll put it in perspective. If you wrote me a check for $10,000, you can race tomorrow with my car as it sits.
Really?
Go race it.
Wow. That's not bad at all.
With a 2-night-old engine. So.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
You don't want him to do that, though, do you?
I don't know.
I'm liking this kid more and more all the time, man. Are we done? What do you think?
I would think so, man. Yeah. What's the next race on the schedule for you?
Saturday night, Devil's Lake.
Okay, and you get to be the lucky guy that gets to go do those.
Yeah, it's going to be a loaded night. Yeah, won the Golden Hammer nights.
Oh, that's right, Golden Hammer. What a great show.
Yep.
Nolan and Heather do a great job over there for that show, for all the shows over there. Like I said, it's one of my favorite tracks. For sure. I want to thank Steve Nordrum, drives the 37 Western Renegade Wingless Sprint car. You guys will be up here again soon, I'm sure. That's the nice thing. We're getting lucky and more all the time to get to see you guys here. And I know that you Western Renegade guys love coming up to this racetrack. So we're looking forward to it. I tell you what, Cam, you're a great kid. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep him in line. Great hour. Thanks, Alan, for that. And again, catch these guys at your favorite racetrack. They'll be at Devil's Lake Saturday night. And that's going to be a wrap for today's Dirty Thursday, brought to you by River City Speedway and Rumors Sports Bar and Casino. Right across the hall here, I can look to the left, and there they are. You can find them right here in the Midtown District Mall. Check them out. Always something going on at Rumor Sports Bar and Casino, open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. Great food, great lunch and dinner specials. Got the world-famous beer tower. You got DJ trivia nights on Monday, the initials game every second Tuesday night. Go in there, make a little money, or lose a little money. Bet on the horses, play bingo, try your luck with charitable gaming. It's just a great place. Wall-to-wall TVs. Go watch your favorite sporting team and your favorite sporting events. Take a bus to the sports, to the concerts. I'm sure they're going to have a concert or a bus going to the Red Clay Strays. I can't wait for that. And again, thank you to Steve and Cameron Nordrum. It's going to be a wrap. Have a great day. Next week, by the way, we're going to be talking Baja racing with Hogan Lundeen. We'll catch you tomorrow. Remember to like, share, tag, and follow us. Hit that notification bell on your smartphone. It dings every time we go on the air. You know, we love the Forks. We're Grand Forks' best source. We're giving the Forks their identity back.